about drugs.
Well, you guys, I always try to help out when I can. Public service announcements when I need to do it. And one thing you learn as a reporter out in the field, and you also learn as a politician in some cases, is you got to watch what you wear when you're out in the field. Let's go to the governor today, who was out at an event. Now, the governor learned something today, I think, that, well, we've all learned as reporters, which is right here. This is always tough. Governor, when you're out touring somewhere, you got to have the hard hat.
Right.
Totally get it. When you give the sound bite,
Take it off.
the hard hat has got to come off. I mean, here's the example. If I give you the forecast with this hard hat on, forget it. You're not going to know what I'm talking
about. You
about.
look goofy.
You could literally rob a bank without a mask and never get caught as long as you're wearing a hard hat. Because anyone's just going to say, well, all I saw was the hard hat. So trust me, Governor, I get it. Just take the hard hat off. All right, let's move on and go to the maps here. Show you what's going on. And if, well, you're not governor yet, and you'd like to be. All right. From Logan down through Tucumcari and into Quake County, we have a strong thunderstorm right now, not at severe levels, but we are dealing with some small hail and some gusty winds. This is going to curl on out of the state here over the next hour or so, and then things will calm down throughout the rest of the evening. A wider look here shows, well, let's just call it what it is, a lame thunderstorm crop across the area tonight and throughout the afternoon. It's not been great either. I'll explain why that is in just a moment. 85 degrees in the metro. Winds out of the east at 12 miles an hour. Temperatures 60s and 70s for the north. Down to the south, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Looking at satellite and radar, storms dying off pretty quickly here. Just this last complex in east central sections of the state. And we need someone to blame, and it's going to be high pressure. That's what's hurting us right now. The location of the high, which is sitting to our south and will eventually be to our north over the next couple of days, is just not allowing for a lot of moisture into the state. Remember, we usually like it well to the east. That draws up the moisture from the south. But we talked about this last night. There were some models who said we're looking at a pretty good moisture plume. Others who said, well, the turned out to be right. And so we're going to end up being in a situation where we're going to have a few storms around over the next 3 or 4 days. But it's not going to be a big crop of storms any one day. So watch out for the scattered storms, mainly centered over the mountains and then eventually rolling into the valleys. And that'll continue to be the case into Thursday. And it doesn't look like the high is significantly going to shift until we get a little ways down the road. So there's not a lot of great moisture on the way. Now, there is a little weather disturbance that could come in Thursday and Friday. We'll watch that. Could be a bit of a game changer, but right now it just looks like scattered showers as well with that. 87 Durango, 85 in Alamosa, down into the northwest. Temperatures here for the most part high 80s and low 90s, partly cloudy with an isolated storm across the southwest. Scattered afternoon thunderstorms out there with temperatures for the most part in the 80s. The southwest is really going to be a favored area for the next 3 to 4 days to pick up showers, not only because we have decent moisture down there, but also because of that weather disturbance curling in from the east. 96 Carlsbad, 97 Roswell, and 83 in Ruidoso. Partly sunny and isolated shower possible. Northeast, good chance of storms again off the mountains, rolling in just to the valleys to the east of the central mountain chain, and going to be hot again in Tucumcari. Northern mountains, temperatures 70s, 80s, and 90s with an afternoon thunderstorm possible. Down into the east mountains, temperatures in the high 80s and low 90s. Scattered afternoon storms as well. We'll go isolated storms here in the city for tomorrow with temperatures in the low to mid 90s. Not a great setup over the next 3 to 4 days. We've had chance of showers right around 20 or 30% at best. Friday into Saturday, maybe not even that high. So watch out for at least the chance of a shower, but you guys, not enough to make a huge difference right now.
All right, thank you, Mark.
Sports is next.